Now, the Mahikeng Local Municipality, which is located in the capital city of the Northwest, has been one of those that's received the worst audit outcomes in the last financial year. Ailing infrastructure and a lack of basic services such as waste collection have led to waste piling up in some residential areas where pigs now find their food. Newzroom Afrika's politics reporter Ziyanda Ngcobo is in Danville in the Northwest this morning. Ziyanda, I think we've heard it all now.
You know, Michelle, I must say I've never seen anything like this. I was just saying before we went on air that you would swear that I'm actually in a rural area, but we're not. We're in a residential area, Michelle, and my colleague Zwelak is going to show you the pigs. Literally, there are pigs where waste has now been collecting over a long period of time, and this is part of the lack of service delivery, Michelle. When we talk and we hear about from the auditor-general about wasteful and irregular expenditure, about a lack of basic services, waste collection being amongst those basic services, I mean, this is exactly what we're talking about. There are literally houses right across from the visuals that we're showing you, and these residents are clearly having to live then with these pigs that are now also getting their food from this particular site, which is now a dumping site, really. This was previously an open field, but it would seem that as a result of waste not being collected, residents have resorted then to actually dumping their waste, just right across or opposite their homes. And even just driving into this area, I can tell you that there are gaping potholes that you have to contend with. In fact, also just before reaching this area, there's even a park, sort of a national park of sorts that is right not far away from where we are, streets or two away from where we are, and even that too has been dilapidated. I'm told then by residents that the situation, what we're showing you now, might be shocking to me, but it seems that this is an improved situation to what it was before the local government elections last year, but certainly nothing I've ever seen before, Michelle.
We need to cast our minds not very far back to the local government elections, Ziyanda, where politicians were scrambling for votes across the country. The Northwest was one of the provinces where they were visiting, and it was at the time when the Auditor-General highlighted the Northwest as a province that is behest with total neglect and internal control disciplines and a total lack of accountability. And that scene behind you there is just one of the ways that we see that manifesting.
Certainly, I mean, even when President Cyril Ramaphosa was in Costa, I think it was earlier this year, he remarked about the filth and the filthiness of the city. I mean, this is the capital city, Michelle. This is what I think should not be lost on us. It's the capital city of the Northwest province. And in fact, we're supposed to have the spokesperson of the local municipality. But I can tell you that this is one of the 4 local municipalities that falls under the district of Ngaka-Mulema, which is the large one, which again then the Auditor-General has also found them wanting. I mean, I think in her last report released not long before the local government elections, around 28 billion rands worth of wasteful expenditure, and the worst department being that of the health department. But when we talk about just the way in which a city should run, I can tell you, as you drive through the roads, it's unmarked. There's the filth behind me. The town, in terms of development, is really severely underdeveloped. And again, the issue of these gaping potholes all over the show. And I remember quite distinctly as well, protests regarding electricity and them being cut off. So these are all of the issues then that are faced by this particular province. And it's not easy then when you look at the politics of this province, where there's been so much instability. Just yesterday, then they postponed the elective conference for a 3rd time. And so it would seem once again then the instability of the governing party is yet again having an adverse effect then on the running of municipalities within a province such as the Northwest.
You talk about the health department in the Northwest, Ziyanda. It was placed under Section 100, right? That was back in 2018, where government can intervene because the province is failing to run its health department. So that was in place for a period of 4 years. It was lifted just a couple of months ago in March of this year. Was there any improvement even under that Section 100?
It doesn't seem like the improvement is as significant as some people would like to think. In fact, you'll recall that even in 2018, the entire province was placed under administration. And Michelle, we're just going to quickly try and bring in Johnny Nkoana. He speaks for the municipality. He's just joined us. And Johnny, I think one of the things that we were talking about is the filth that we're seeing here. It's not something that you'd imagine that residents in this area have to live literally with pigs.
Good morning, and apologies for arriving late. I've been looking for you all over Danville. But what we are seeing here is something that the municipality has been dealing with. It's a serious problem. We have been cleaning this area, I don't know how many times. And we have been talking to our people in this area to say, we cannot continue to live like this. We cannot continue to dump like this. This area is cleaned, I think, almost every week. But look at it today.
Let's talk about services then, right? So how often does your truck come around here? And when you speak to the residents, what do they say about why this particular area looks like this?
The truck they know the schedule. There's a schedule. The truck comes here every week. They know their day as to when does the truck comes. But when we talk to them, most of them, they're saying, it is not only them who are dumping here. People from other areas come here and dump. Now, we have requested them to take the number plates of the cars, to take pictures of the people who are coming here to dump. But to date, none of that has happened. But you can see, this is not like the filth of Danville only. It can tell you. It looks like other people are coming from other areas to come and dump here.
Okay, very quickly though, but I mean, if you look at just the road, that's something you are in control of. These potholes and just fixing this street alone is not something that you'd need the residents. I mean, surely the services and the rates that they pay should be allowing them to get decent roads. They're gaping potholes as you just drive into this area.
Yeah, we can admit that the area needs services, particularly on potholes, but it's not only this area. We've got other areas that we need to focus on. The challenge that we are having now is the tar road that we should use to patch the potholes. We've placed an order about 3 months ago, but we haven't received our stock even today. We are struggling to receive our stock. You can imagine the whole country is having the same problem as we are having. So demand is more than the supply. So we are waiting for our stock. As soon as the stock comes in, we've got our schedule. We will know where we were. We will start to where we were, and then we'll continue to service them. They are in our schedule. We are going to have them. We know the school street, we know the church street, we know all these streets, and we are going to address them.
Unfortunately, I'm completely out of time. That's Johnny Nkoana. He speaks for the Mahikeng Local Municipality, admitting then to the challenge of, the potholes here. But insofar as the waste behind me, he says that this is an ongoing problem that they've been aware of, that they've been trying to resolve, but really not quite the visuals you'd want to see in the capital city of the Northwest.